Poland has just witnessed a sight that will be remembered for years. Dozens of U.S. F-16 fighter jets thundered down onto the runways of Lask Air Base, one of the most important military airfields in the country. For ordinary Poles watching from nearby towns, the roar of those engines was both shocking and reassuring. Shocking, because such a massive arrival has rarely been seen here. Reassuring, because it means NATO's strongest ally has arrived in force. This deployment is not just about planes landing. It's about strategy, security, and symbolism. Located in central Poland, Lask Air Base is already home to the Polish Air Force's own F-16s. But now, with American Vipers lined up beside them, the base has become a frontline hub for NATO's air power. The U.S. F-16s are part of a larger rotational presence in Europe. Washington calls it reassurance for allies. Moscow calls it provocation. For Poland, though, it is something much simpler. A guarantee of protection in the shadow of war in Ukraine and rising tensions with Belarus. The F-16 itself is a legend. Nicknamed the Viper, it has been in service for nearly 50 years, but thanks to constant upgrades, it remains one of the most versatile and feared fighter jets in the world. It can dogfight at close range. It can launch precision strikes deep behind enemy lines. And it can patrol the skies for hours, deterring any hostile aircraft from crossing NATO airspace. One of its biggest strengths is adaptability. The U.S. F-16s in Poland are equipped with modern radar systems, advanced targeting pods, and precision-guided munitions. This means they can switch roles instantly. Air-to-air combat one moment, ground attack the next. But the significance of this deployment goes far beyond technical capability. It sends a message to friend and foe alike. To Poland and NATO allies, America will stand with you. To Russia, the skies of Eastern Europe are not yours to dominate. Lask Air Base itself is not new to U.S. presence. For years, it has hosted American rotations, joint training missions, and NATO exercises. But never in numbers like this. Dozens of jets arriving at once transforms the base into a forward operating fortress. Each jet brings not just pilots, but also entire teams of maintenance crews, weapons specialists, and support staff. Together, they create a complete combat-ready package capable of operating at a moment's notice. For local residents, the sight of foreign aircraft has become more common since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. But the sheer scale of this deployment caught many by surprise. It feels like history unfolding right above their heads. For NATO planners, the logic is clear. The closer advanced aircraft are to potential flashpoints, the faster they can respond. From Lask, an F-16 can reach the skies over Ukraine or Belarus in less than half an hour. That kind of speed matters in a world where minutes can decide between peace and escalation. The arrival also ties into Poland's own military modernization. Warsaw has been pouring billions into new defense systems, ordering F-35 stealth fighters, Abrams tanks, and Patriot missile batteries. Having U.S. F-16s stationed on its soil is not just protection, it is integration. Polish and American forces training side by side, ready to fight together. For Russia, however, this deployment is yet another red flag. Every new NATO presence near its borders is seen as an encirclement. And with dozens of U.S. jets now parked in central Poland, Moscow's concern and anger will only grow louder. But NATO insists this is deterrence, not aggression. Show strength, and you reduce the chance of war. Show weakness, and you invite it. The F-16 deployment is also a test, not just for the jets, but for the alliance itself. How quickly can forces be deployed? How well do different nation systems work together? How smoothly can pilots from different countries fly side by side? Every sortie flown from Lask in the coming weeks will help answer those questions. The symbolism is powerful, but the operational lessons are just as important. Wars are not won only with weapons, but with coordination, logistics, and readiness. For the U.S. defense industry, this deployment is also a stage. The F-16 remains one of the most exported fighter jets in history. By showcasing its latest upgrades in the skies of Poland, Washington is also reminding the world, the Viper still bites. Meanwhile, for ordinary citizens across Poland, the message is simple. When they hear the roar of those engines above, they know they are not standing alone. The US has come, NATO is ready, and the skies of Europe are defended. The arrival of dozens of US F-16s at Lask Air Base is more than a military move. It is a declaration, a warning, and a promise.